What's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is my brick phone video channel where I film every single video on my brick phone showing that you don't need lots of fancy gear or technology or smartphones to film videos, and I'm sharing this content with you, so I hope you enjoy. If you like it, please give a thumbs up and we'll proceed with the video. Now there's a radical way to think about time, and especially the time we have left, and I've done videos about this time we have left in life. I just went to a week-long conference which was on the topic of eschatology, or the last days. And eschatology, or the last days, is a Christian concept about the death and resurrection of Jesus and the second coming, which will happen at an hour we don't know. And in the same way, we don't know when we're going to die, right? Most people assume they'll live to 80 or 90 years old, but that might not be the case. So really, the time we have left in life is quite ambiguous. But in particular, eschatology puts a more pressing question or idea on our mind. Now, I've talked a lot about how the choices we make now, and this is how I used to think until going to this conference, and then I thought differently about things. But we can think so much about the choices we make today impact and shape the future, right? So every little thing I've talked about it, the staircase to success, all the things we do now shape our future and who we become before we die. But what if we had a new radical way of thinking about this? We spun it around and actually we thought about how the end times shape what we do now, right? So let's think from the end and then work our way backwards. What if we knew that in the end we were going to face God in judgment, or in the end we had to give an account of our life, or in the end, even if you're not religious, you just look back at your life and will you have regrets, or will you feel like you did the things you always wanted to do? Will you live or grow old with regrets? Or will you feel like that you did everything in your life that you wanted to? Or even more, what if you knew that at the end of days Jesus would return and he would sort out the righteous from the wicked? Or does knowing what happens in the end, that we will have to give an account before God, change how we live our life now, how we live today? So let's think about that. At the start, I always thought maybe what we do now influences and shapes our future. But let's think more about what's going to happen at the end with our death, how that's going to actually shape how we live today. So it's a reverse, right? How is the end going to shape our choices today instead of how are the choices today going to shape our end? So think about this, because I think this is a radically different way to think about our time. And I've only just started thinking about this, so it's a new idea. Well, it's not my idea, but it's a new way, and I'm going to try and start looking at life. Are there more urgent things, more important things, more pressing things that we should be doing now in light of what the end will bring? Right, when we become... Let's think of it in reverse. How do you want to envision yourself when you're 50 years old, right? Let's just say you're turning 50. Do you want to have this stuff in your career lined up? You want a career, a family, maybe looking at retiring or something like that. Who knows, when you're 50, 60 years old. Now, with the end in mind, think about what you have to do now. What you have to do now instead of the other way around. Think about what you have to do at the end. Because the end is going to come whether you like it or not, right? We can't slow down time. We're not in control of time. God's in control of time. So, in light of the end, that's going to change what we do now, rather than us trying to shape the end by what we do now. Okay? Hope that makes sense, guys. Hope that gives you something to think about. It's definitely got me thinking about how I want to spend my time now, in light of the end. And so I hope it does the same for you. Until next time, stay safe and stay sane.